For Jake Paul, this fight represents more than fame. It's validation. He's no longer that internet kid with big talk and clumsy punches. Now he walks into the gym 6 or 7 days a week, training twice a day, surrounding himself with world champions and elite coaches. He's built his body into something athletic, powerful, and primed for war. The Jake Paul entering this fight isn't the same man who threw wild punches against Ben Askren or tried to chase Nate Diaz around the ring. He's sharper, more calculated, and hungry for legitimacy. He says this is the first camp where he truly feels alive, where his headspace, his focus, and his purpose have aligned perfectly. For him, this isn't a circus. It's his chance to earn respect from the very sport that once laughed him off the stage. But on the other side of the ring stands Gervonta "Tank" Davis, a man who doesn't laugh much, because he doesn't need to. He lets his fists do the talking. Known for his explosive power and near-perfect timing, Tank has destroyed opponents who dared to underestimate him. He's fought real warriors, trained under Floyd Mayweather's eye, and mastered the art of knocking out men bigger, heavier, and meaner than him. People forget that Tank has sparred with heavyweights. Not amateurs, real heavyweights, experienced technical fighters. And time again, he's dropped them cold. There's even a story from Mayweather's gym. Tank landed a single shot so brutal that a heavyweight opponent was left hanging on the ropes unconscious. It's the kind of legend that proves Tank's power isn't confined to his size. At 5'7", he hits like a wrecking ball wearing gloves. Even Jake Paul admits it. Tank is dangerous. In a rare moment of honesty, Jake called him one of the most ferocious pound-for-pound fighters alive. He knows the risk. He's watched the tape. Tank's power is real in both hands. His defense is slick, and his ring IQ is frightening. For Jake, that acknowledgement isn't weakness. It's respect. Because respect is what keeps you alive in a fight like this. When he says Tank keeps him up at night, it's not a gimmick, and it's the truth. He knows this will be the toughest test of his life, the fight that either makes him a real boxer or breaks the myth forever. In training, Jake has brought in some serious names. Shakur Stevenson, one of boxing's most skilled tacticians, has reportedly joined his camp to help him prepare for Tank's style. That detail shocked the boxing world, especially since Shakur had previously criticized Tank for taking this fight. He called it bad for the sport, claiming a champion of Tank's caliber should never waste time on a YouTuber. But as the money came calling, Shakur's tune changed. Now he's inside Jake's gym, studying Tank's rhythm and trying to recreate the style he once mocked. Analysts have been quick to point out the irony. If Shakur truly believed this fight was beneath boxing, why be a part of it? The answer, of course, is simple: business. In boxing, morals rarely outweigh money. Tank, however, isn't playing games. He's laser-focused. This fight isn't about proving himself to critics. He's already done that. It's about expanding his empire. After dominating at 135 pounds, Tank decided to move up to 140, no longer interested in draining himself to make weight. He wants to fight where his body feels strongest, where he can deliver even more devastating knockouts without sacrificing stamina. That decision might just make him more dangerous than ever. He's no longer fighting tired, no longer holding back, and Jake Paul might become the first man to feel the full force of this new, evolved Gervonta Davis. Some believe Jake's size will make the difference. Offset, the rapper who's been following the fight closely, said Jake's natural strength and reach could give him a legitimate shot at victory. Jake's 6'3" frame towers over Tank. If he lands one clean shot, Offset says, it could change everything. But even he admits, landing that shot is the problem. Tank is a small, fast target who slips punches with surgical precision. He's made better fighters than Jake miss all night, and when they did miss, they paid the price immediately. That's the risk Jake faces. One mistake, one exposed chin, and the lights could go out before he even realizes what hit him. Still, Jake isn't walking into this blind. His sparring partners, champions like Raymond Ford and Montana Love, are preparing him for the kind of speed and intelligence Tank brings. Jake's camp is focusing on agility and stamina rather than power. He's even cutting down muscle to increase his hand speed, understanding that brute strength alone won't win this fight. But the footage doesn't lie. During sparring, Raymond Ford looked more in control, more composed, more dominant. Jake pushed hard, but Ford seemed to glide. If Jake struggled against a featherweight like Ford, what will happen when he meets someone like Tank, who's faster, smarter, and far more vicious? The fans are split. Some see Jake as the bold challenger chasing greatness, the underdog who refuses to quit. Others view this as a publicity stunt, another cash grab dressed up as a sporting event. But behind the memes and social media posts, there's something undeniably real. Jake's fear, Tank's confidence, the energy of two worlds colliding, Hollywood versus the hood, entertainment versus experience. And in that collision, something raw and unpredictable is being born. Even the betting odds tell the story. Tank Davis opened as a slight favorite at 205, while Jake sits at plus 155. Those numbers suggest that even the bookmakers see potential danger. It's not a complete mismatch. The world has learned not to underestimate Jake Paul, who's gone from internet punchline to legitimate draw. But numbers don't measure heart, nor do they measure experience. Tank has walked through fire in the ring. 12-round wars, brutal knockouts, and moments where his back was against the ropes. He's built for chaos. Jake is still learning how to breathe in it. Analysts have also questioned the rumored payouts. Some claim each fighter could walk away with $150 to $200 million, numbers so massive they border on fantasy. While it's true that Netflix's involvement changes the game, many experts find such figures hard to believe. More realistic estimates hover between $20 and $40 million, still monumental sums for one night's work. For Tank, that's not just money, it's legacy income. For Jake, it's proof that his gamble to enter the fight world wasn't just for clicks, it's for glory. As the fight draws closer, the narrative becomes clearer. Tank Davis, the silent executioner, representing years of sweat, pain, and precision. Jake Paul, the modern gladiator, fueled by ambition and the hunger to prove everyone wrong. One fights for legacy, the other fights for validation. And somewhere in the middle, the world watches, wondering if this is madness or history in the making, because when the bell rings, all the talk fades. The cameras, the tweets, the sponsorships, they disappear. What remains are two men in a ring, their fears and egos colliding under the lights. Tank's eyes will be locked on Jake's chin. Jake's heart will be pounding in his chest, searching for that one opening. And for a few minutes, the line between YouTube fame and boxing greatness will blur completely. What do you think, though? Is Jake Paul walking into a nightmare he can't escape? Or is this the moment he finally proves the world wrong? Will Tank Davis's power silence the hype once and for all? Or could Jake's size and determination shock us all? Share your thoughts below. Who wins this war of worlds? If you